Hello and welcome to the fan cams. After the Blues lose to Collingwood, 6 goals 10, 46, man, to 8 goals 15, 63 in a dour, hopeless, soulless display in what used to be a rivalry, used to be like a really passionate rivalry match. Fuck me, man. That was the result. It's not surprising. It's just whatever. It's just nothing. It's a whole lot of nothingness. So we'll just, I guess, spend the next couple of hours unpacking that. Get the fans to have a voice, share what you have to say. If you want to join the fan cams, I'll put the link in the live chat shortly. And we'll just keep going. That's kind of, I mean, that's kind of it. Like that's it, right? We'll just keep going and, yeah. Adrian.
Hey Terry, how are
you? Yeah. Like I'd like to say I'm stunned. I kind of am. It's like, it's going to be bad. You think it's going to be bad. You're pretty sure that you're going to lose, but like no soul. Like it's just like a deadness, like nothingness, man.
I went to the game tonight, and in the second half, it was a social event. That's the first time in a long time I've been to the footy where it's just been a genuine social event for me. I I I I lost interest just like the players did in that third quarter. That was pretty bad, man. That's
The
not what
fuck
I
was
was
that,
expecting.
man?
Yeah, that to me is a group that I think the writing's on the wall. Like, yes, I understand people are going to come for Voss's head, but let's keep it real. Like, those players, you will never see a game where a team has been more disinterested in that third
Yeah,
quarter. And everything's going to focus on the first quarter. The first half was good. Let's say that. But when the game was on the line, 50-50 contests, one-on-ones, we were absent. Did they give a fuck? I can't sit here and I can't think of one set of circumstances where I can say they genuinely cared. And
yeah,
Joe floated it in his on the Almost Blues Brothers, and he floated it with you on Monday. Where does the responsibility lie? I'm not Michael Voss's biggest fan. However, I think it needs to be said that the responsibility is on the player. It's getting out of control. If he gets shown the door, you can't tell me that some of these players can't be going with him.
yeah. I mean, I'd like. I mean, if he does, I mean, it's kind of writing on the wall type stuff, and the club will do whatever they can to move into sell hope mode because that's what they do. I can't imagine how 10 people can't be replaced and go, whether it's on field, off field. Like, dude, what the fuck are we doing?
I mean, did you see as well? Bad day to do it. Bad timing to do it. Did you see what they did before the game? Who they announced they've added to the board?
All
Are you
calculated, mate.
fucking cracking jokes? Like, what is going on at our club? Something it just doesn't feel right. I know it's been said, and everyone's asking the same question. There's something not like that. 1 + 1 is not equaling 2. It makes no sense. And I think it's permeated into the playing group.
It's like
It's
poison, man. It's like it's gotten to all of them now.
yeah, and I think the playing group needs a shake up. It really does. I don't think they've got the mental fortitude, and I know it's been flat. People have said it, and tonight I've always thought it, but tonight confirmed it. You know, Paul always makes good comments about how Collingwood have always just wanted it that little bit more. He's spot on. You saw it tonight. Their ball users and their main ball winners tonight all made the right decisions.
Yeah.
They knew what the outcome was. They knew the occasion, and our guys just didn't. They're experienced heads that got their hands on the ball, like your side. Like these guys should be in a nursing home, Terry. They're 35 years old. Pendlebury's 105 fucking years old, man, and he's taking the pill. Like, and you know what's funny? Nick Dacos was blanketed. Don't let his stat line for George Hewitt pocketed him. But what happened? Their other guys took the mantle and put the rest of the side on their backs. Cripps has an off night. Let's call it for how it is. It was a bad night.
Yeah.
And George Hewitt is probably the only one who could sit there and be happy. I know Walsh got his 31. He laid 9 tackles or 10 tackles. He battled on, but like these mid-tier players that we expect just that little bit more from haven't given it to us. And here's a question I actually want to ask you. Do you think the addition of Nick Haynes to that defense has disrupted a few things, or even Jack Silvani? Do you think the defense as a whole, in terms of how they cover the ground, not necessarily the back six, but do you think that it's currently working? I know the numbers will say that it's good and blah, 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 but there seems to be, I don't know. I watch our defense, and it might be our midfielders too, defending the lines. Like, I just find it's a bit, something isn't right. Like, I don't know whether it's communication. I don't know if they know that this guy's going up to be the intercept defender, if he's taking him, if he's going to A, if he's going to B. They don't know whether they're Arthur or bloody Martha. How are you seeing it?
I just see. I mean, it started from the first quarter. I mean, some of those handballs, some of those basic. I don't. I wasn't focusing as much on the defenders as what I was the mids, and then the way we were getting the ball moving forward. And to be fair, there were actually some solid passages of play, uh, some bold passages of play, and that
Agreed.
notion that we've been talking about is, first half, whatever. And then as soon as the adjustment gets made by the other side, whether that's the coaches or the player, as soon as that adjustment comes in the game, that's it. Like we don't have that next layer of something. And in a weird way, I thought the scoreboard flattered us towards the end. The game was dead.
100%. 100%.
Kind of wish the Pies put a bit more down, just so like no one can
Yeah.
be fooled by the fight back. It was that 2019, 2020 fake fight back,
Yeah. I agree with you. Like, the moment that they poured it on in the third quarter, and they just put it over us. Like, they we made it so easy for them in that third quarter, and we were prisoners on bloody death row. We were just buying time, appealing our sentence. We knew
Mate.
we knew how it was going to end. It just felt like the guy I go with. We we sat there and we had a conversation about life in the rain. We weren't even like, we were watching the game, but it became comical. And the pressure, like, we talk about pressure, we can't handle it. I don't think these players can handle it. You can't sit there, and I know he's not absolvent of any wrong sort of doing, but Michael Voss can't teach these guys how to cope with pressure. When it's the final kick inside 50 or hitting a target, Michael Voss can't coach that. We were just that half a step behind in every facet of that second half. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
I think that look, the writing's on the wall, and I got to say, I'm not going to sit here and say he is the right guy, but I don't think he's the only issue.
I
Like,
agree.
yeah, we can get rid of him, but I just don't think he's the only issue. I think there's a few other things, and yeah, I mean, I think so. I think this group has to be broken up, the playing group, and I don't think it's going to happen this year. I don't think they should be doing these mid-season sackings and all that, and let's just assess our options at the end of the year. But if we're calling a spade, it's looking pretty grim.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
No leadership on field, Terry, and I was watching Voss's press conference before I came on here, and you know what? He didn't turn politician. He didn't turn into Jordan Peterson. He was direct. And I don't know whether that's basically now he's putting it on the players to protect himself. But I think a lot of people will see that tonight, yes, coaching has a part, but like guys, these players, they've been through 3 coaches, man. Is it the fucking coach? Really? And I'm not gonna.
yeah.
I don't want to get into an argument to and fro with Patrick Cripps. We all love Cripper. Let's just put it out there. But who does he have with him? Jacob Wiedering? Great. I love Jacob Wiedering. Who else? Who else can we rely on that field? It used to be Doc, Nick Newman. He's not there. Who can we rely on aside from those two to be the voice for the players and to show leadership?
Yeah,
'Cause I think it's getting beyond words now, Terry. It's got to be actions, and they're not showing it.
yeah.
I think we're all lost for words. I think it's a bit, as I said, I don't recall going to a footy match being so disinterested in a half of football. And to me, I found that walking back to the car after the game, I took a long time to get over it. I really asked myself, did I just go to a game there to have a conversation with my mate?
It's really
That's what it
becoming a
felt like,
waste of
mate.
man, it's a waste of time. It's becoming a real waste of time. Like,
Yeah,
like that was the most dull Collingwood Carlton game I've ever witnessed in my life.
yeah. And you're right about the scoreboard, yeah. Like, come on, it's not a 17-point margin. Like that was, we got battered in that second half.
Yeah.
Battered, like, yeah. I've been interested to see whoever comes on after me and everyone else.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting night.
I'm usually asleep at this time of the night, and I'm gonna stay up because I want to see what the mood's like. I don't think there's gonna be many people that are angry. I think it's more realization. Look at where we are. I think we.
Yeah.
I think it's you know what it's not being able to accept the red pill, like you know we want to take the clear pill.
Yeah. Mate,
Thank you.
appreciate you coming on anyway.
Much love. Keep doing your
Speak to
thing,
you
bro.
soon. Yeah, much love, bro. Thank you, man.
See you, man. You're welcome.
Man, fucking Jim.
What's going on? Nice. Cool. Yeah, fair. Look, the sun will come up tomorrow, mate. It's okay.
Yeah.
Since you're eating, I got a couple of quick questions for you. Yes or no, if you can be bothered. First one, Do you believe in our on-field leaders? Okay. Do you believe in our coaching team?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Of course, the computer shit itself at the time I need it. Do you believe in our list?
No.
Wow. Interesting.
No.
Do you believe that if you keep pounding the rock with that game plan, it will turn?
I don't even know if they believe in the game plan, dude.
Nah, they don't, man. You can tell because tonight, just the expressions of some players who normally keep their expressions to themselves. This is how deep the fans are going now. We're looking at expressions, but they gave up. It looked so frustrating. Like they don't believe in what they're doing. Like
No.
they're being told to do something they just don't know how to do. Jack Silvani showed it tonight. He still played a good game. I'm not knocking the bloke. I love Jack. I'm not going to knock any players anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they're going out there to war and they're fighting a fucking war with a knife versus a gun, who's going to win? Like,
Weirdest part was I saw ball movement and passages of play from one end to the other end tonight, which I hadn't seen this group do. Maybe once
yep,
or twice in a game, but there were like 4 or 5. Like, we got a goal from a kick in.
I know.
We were bold, and then it's the trend of this year. It looks good, and it dies to a level that is unimaginable. It completely collapses.
Yeah. That goal off half back that we kicked, where Hewitt ended up kicking the goal, it was the closest thing I've felt to that form we played in the back end of 2023. There was goals we scored like that in that pack, like you know, in those games.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen that through 2024 much. We did have that nice patch, but we didn't play that way. And then it just stops. And we play down the line footy, slow. You've got to question leadership on field. And again, not going to pot Mitch, but mate, it's a wet weather game of footy. Like, I know you want to get the game going, and I love that. And normally that's what we need. But it's wet. If you can't hit those kicks, don't try them in the wet. Go back to playing like pretty switched on footy. That's the criticism I can make of him there and maybe some leaders, but I don't know what the answers are. But I think it is still coaching. And I know a lot of people think, how many coaches can you go through? Well, if you look at Bolton, doesn't matter who that coach was going to be, that coach was going to get sacked. That coach was taking over a brand new list. There were losses that were unavoidable with kids. They didn't support the kids well with senior players, and the ones that they did bring in were not very good. Go back, you know those players they supported the kids with. They weren't great. They weren't winners. Then we get the sugar hit of Teague. He don't pick up the phone, as you know. He just lets teams kick goals. So he was always going to lose his job because there was pressure for us to be good around that time. I feel like they have got this appointment wrong. I will back, the coach we have because I'm that sort of human, but the lad's got to around 12 to save his job. That's as simple as that. I just can't see him sacking him earlier, but I hope he can save his job and turn this around. It's very hard from here, but he's got to around 12. That's our buy. I truly believe they will let him go around that time, and hopefully it's a fresh set of eyes. But it's not just him that needs to go. It's a lot of those coaches. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Then we'll learn a lot about our list. We're going to learn a lot about our list over the next, 18 months. So pretty disappointing to not fire a shot and kick one goal and a half of footballs, versus your arch rival in the wet when there's 82,000 people there. Kind of shit. That's maybe the worst performance they've put in as a group after halftime. So, oh man, brutal being a Carlton fan.
What if I told you that only one goal was kicked from any forward tonight?
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
Two
Was it
from
Charlie?
Hewitt.
Charlie got one. Yeah.
Charlie got one. Two from Hewitt. Two from Ollie
Yep.
Hollands. One from Patrick
Yeah.
Cripps. And
What
one
was that?
from
4.
Charlie Kerno.
So 4 goal kickers again, 5 goal kickers tonight. It's fucking bad, man. Like, what did we have 4 last week or the week before? It's fucking bad, man. Like, that's bad shit.
It's fucking shit. Oh my God, how many times? We just literally come on here after games and just repeat how
Ugh.
shit we are. That's it. That is the Carlton experience.
Yeah, man, we've just lost that whole generation of fans. We really
Yep.
have. We just, you can't expect us to get on board, even when we see things like 10 wins in a row, because we've always got that in the back of our head. Like, be honest, if we were up at 3/4 time then by 20 points, would you have been confident or nervous?
No. I actually thought we'd
Never
get to
confident.
3/4 time and still in a winning position, to be honest.
Yeah. Still good. We'll do it again next week anyway, but maybe we can get 4 points. I'm going to that fuckhole of a game. I hate that ground. But are you going or are you staying in Melbourne? I assume you're staying in Melbourne now.
I would rather shit in my hands and clap than go to Adelaide next week.
Good thing I live here. Otherwise I wouldn't be going either. But I'm going to front up to that 12:50 game and imagine if we lose. Can you imagine?
I can see. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. I've got no confidence that we get that done. Fuck, man. If we lose that, they probably will sack him before round 12.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing they can change. Anyway, dude.
Anyway, man.
Good luck tonight, mate. Hopefully everyone's measured. Passionate but measured. We'll see how we go.
I don't even worry about, honestly, I don't worry about the fan cams anymore. I mean, end of the day, people will take their pot shots. Georgie Parker will write her fucking piss week article. But if you are like a Carlton supporter that watches the fan cams, you understand what we're about here. So like, fuck everyone else, what they say, you know? I think everyone that comes here is fucking awesome. So
awesome. Yeah. I'm glad. Good. I also do. So I'll be watching. All right, Take care, bro.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Fucking hell. Joe. Oh, you fucking peanut.
No, I mean, I knew the repercussions of that, but, you know, fucking sue me for believing in my club.
Yeah. Kill a man for fucking trying to get around his club.
Like, fuck me. In the absolute depths of despair where everyone else is just, like, or the writing was already on the wall. Sorry that I wanted to try and fucking spark something for myself. Jesus. But I need to learn my lesson. Never again.
It's dead.
Never again. It's dead now. That's it, mate. Like, that's it for this group, I think. I just don't I don't know. There's no way out for them here. This is really concerning when you look at the whole thing now. Like, we've got no, like, not that I want to talk about off season already, but if you are looking at a way forward, what currency have we got? We gave up that. Hawthorn's going to get pick 1 and pick 19 this year, mate. Like, I don't know. There's been times where I've been able to kind of latch onto something. I was listening to Adrian when he came on. I thought he was very well spoken. And I'm feeling the same. Just completely disinterested now after tonight. Like, there's nothing to latch onto. You know, like in the past, there's been the hope of a player or I don't know. There's just nothing. There's nothing left. I don't know. I don't know how you saw tonight, but it's the same story for me again. I just don't know what happens at halftime. We took the game on in the first half. I was convinced we had the game controlled. I was sitting level 4. I could see it unfolding from up there, and I genuinely, as much of a scrap as it was, and it was a fucking terrible game of football from start to finish, but as much of a scrap as it was, I actually thought we controlled the first half pretty well. Me and Danny got texts between us that say, like, this is, like, it's not great, but we're on top. That third quarter, I sat there and I went, okay, second half Blues, surely it's not going to happen again. And I was just dumbfounded at how it unfolded. Completely dumbfounded, mate, in that third quarter. We say it can't get worse each week, and then it gets worse.
It's getting worse. Yeah, it's getting worse. It's quickly becoming a... You know how we always... we've been referring to, this reminds me of 2021, and, you know, it's got external review written all over it. I mean, it's quickly just becoming a season of its own.
It is now, absolutely,
wow,
mate.
0-4, like, yuck, man.
Like we've been 0-4 before many times, but this just feels different. This is just like, it's almost like they're telling us to just give up because they've clearly given up. You can't tell me that you're buying into anything as a group when you put out performances like this. You just can't.
Yeah, they've gone backwards, like on a really scary level. Like the development program at the club, the development of people and players.
No.
And then they're so cheeky today. President with a fucking email talking about bringing on new board members, like so cheeky, so calculated. Put it on game day because no matter what happens during the game, like this is where the attention is now. So cheeky and calculated. Just to protect, just to protect whatever they're trying to, like, absolutely. I can't, I'm going to dive deep into that. I can't wait. Yeah. Like, what the fuck's going on, Joe?
Mate, they are taking us for fools. Like,
we are fools, mate.
No, we are. But I think slowly we're waking up to it, right? Where it's just like, sure, we still rock up and we still support, and that's fine. But I think we are waking up to what you're saying a little bit, where it's like, I saw that email today, and I'm like, what is this? Why are you sending me this on like 2 hours before I'm ready to go to the footy? What's this about? And then the container deposit scheme, that's very funny from you tonight. Very, very good. I can't leave. Mate, that is gold. But like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's just a club full of propaganda for business.
Propaganda. It's a great word. Fuck.
It is though. It's complete propaganda, mate. It's just like, yeah, man. I don't know. I did say to you that this would be the last crack where it was like, get behind them. That's it. They can beat West Coast. They can beat North. They can beat whoever they want. It's just like there is zero. There was already no trust, but there's no chance of them gaining my trust back now. That's it.
Fair.
It's just insipid, mate. And it's just, I just don't know how you can't be embarrassed as a group. Where's the embarrassment, Tez?
No shame.
Where's the
pride?
shame?
Yeah.
Where's the shame? Fuck. Anyway, I'll keep it shorter tonight, but sorry.
Don't be sorry, mate.
Sorry for anyone that I got to buy into that, but yeah, whatever. That is what it is.
Take care, bro.
Enjoy your night, man.
I will. Couple of super chats here. Doots McDoots. I just moved into a flat in Collingwood. Fuck. Groundhog Day. Terry, same shit, same smell. King Shares 69. Hey, mate, we need to take our club back. You have a big enough fan base to enact change. If you start a protest, we'll all get behind you. Connor Daniels, thank you, mate. Jesse Stevens, that was like experiencing open heart surgery without any anesthesia. And I can't even call myself a Carlton fan. I don't even know how you're feeling. Connor, it's all okay because remember, Ampol has our back. Oh, sickening video today. Sickening. Pretzel Wagon, there is something rotten permeating through this club. Has been for a long, long time. Don't know what the answer is. Seems a lost cause. Gostas Ludas says, the highlight for me tonight is to know what you're snacking on, as what's the point talking about the crap tonight they served to us, 30 years of BS. It was actually a banana. I thought about getting some chips and some nuggets, and I thought, you know what, why eat unhealthy and like hurt myself? So I went with a banana and drink some water, Magpie Country. My brother met you today. I wished it was me. Love your work, Tez. Thanks, mate. LS, this feels like spending hours cooking someone a roast dinner and they order a pizza 5 minutes before it's served. Ran over my neighbor for nothing. Damien, the reality is our system is nothing more than we turn up next week and we play another opposition. That's all we need to focus on. Michael Voss, post-game. Thanks, Kobe. All right. Paolo. Did you like that one? Look at him.
Look at you.
Look at him.
Some of your finest work today, mate. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
And when I saw the email come through earlier today, I just thought, typical. You would, wouldn't you?
Typical.
You
Fucking
would.
weekend. Yes.
You
Typical.
would,
Fucking.
wouldn't you? You would.
Gutless
And then
joy.
I heard him.
I get it.
And then I heard him on air with us before the game. And I just thought our standards are just on the floor at the moment. I was very pleased with the response after the Richmond game. I thought we really tried against Hawthorn. And since then, we've defended with intensity and we've had moments and patches of play have looked quite good. Like we're back to the start of 2016 again under Bolton. It's just the reverse cycle. And I'll tell you who leads us at the moment as a president. This is who leads us at the moment. JP Morgan's Rob Priestley disputes sections of his witness statement. The investment bank receiving immunity for helping the competition regulator build a criminal cartel case against other top banks disputed sections of his witness statements in the federal court yesterday. He was part of an investigation into a cartel for JP Morgan, and Mr. Priestley, a genial member of the banking community, stepped aside from the two blue chip boards. So we've got a gentleman who was on the board at JP Morgan and part of an executive role, was part of an investigation, and he stood down and resigned, and that's who we've got as our president at the moment. Love it. Love it. Brilliant, isn't it? That's who we've got running our club at the moment. What do we say aside from the same thing over and over and over again? Obviously, the coach is not the man. We know that, and he'll eventually be moved on. He's probably the luckiest man in football at the moment, given we've got West Coast and North Melbourne in the next fortnight. But given what happened in the first game this year, you wouldn't say those two games are a fait accompli, would you?
Mate, you know what's forming right now? It's like two narratives of the Carlton Football Club. There's the fans' narrative of what they believe that they are a part of, and then there's what the actual football club tell you that they are a part of and what they're about.
Absolutely. And the same people with the same connections are running the football club again. And like I said, the standards are on the floor, and there is just this ill-advised acceptance of what they're doing at the moment that will just continue to breed over the years. And that's the issue, is that we've had 857 reviews and the head of the football department has remained, right? So he will eventually be moved on. The coach will eventually be moved on. We know that's going to happen, right? Once you start talking about the coach is now playing and coaching to save his career, that's when you know it's done. It's already happened once, got away with it. Trying to get away with it the second time is not going to happen. And look, the players are probably not good enough. Michael Voss, for the first time, admitted, and what we saw tonight is the same thing we've seen 3 weeks beforehand. But now he's come to the realization that now after 3 weeks, the narrative's changed to we can't handle the pressure, right? The players are just he wanted to go in on the players, you could see it, but he didn't feel like publicly outing them. But he pandered on them for that third quarter. And the problem is that the third quarter, we were absolutely flogged in our Onewood at the contest. But what else was there to win the game? Change it up a bit. Okay, we're not winning at the contest. Okay, well, what else can we do now to try and win the game? Can we try to get the ball to the outside? Can we try to surge the ball? Right? We were playing dry football in wet weather. We were trying to fish little handball chains through that third quarter, and we got belted. And the margin flattered us, mate. The first, I know the first half we had some passages of play that looked okay and looked like we hadn't moved the ball like that for a while, but that game was just a scrap fest. And that's the only way we've been able to keep it tight against a team like Collingwood. And I went through the project last night and earlier today I just went through every single line, player by player, right? And 3/4 of the made-up combined 23 that I came up with could have been even more, could have been 4/5, was all Collingwood. They're better than us in the front half. That forward line, aside from Charlie Curnow, it's all Collingwood players. The area that I thought we may have had an edge in today was the midfield. Adam Chera, where are you in the second half? Nowhere, right? Patrick Cripps, again, just well man-handled at the contest. Side bottom, just giving him that little nudge into the contest so he can't affect the ball and get on the outside. Nick Dacos goes to work in the third term. George Hewitt, he's winning the ball more than anybody, but he's not the bloke you want that. He's not the bloke you want ball in hand. And Ollie Hollands, just picture this, right? Picture this. Right? Ollie Hollands is our first-round draft pick, yeah? From 2 seasons ago, right? He's a winger, right? Is that right? He's a wingman, yeah? Is that what he was? That's what he was recruited as, right? Run, carry. Okay. Why is he being played in the back pocket? He was at fullback tonight, Terry. Ollie Hollands was at fullback on Nick Dacos. Can you name me one winger in the competition? Just name me one winger in the competition. Did Sam Davidson end up in a one-on-one at fullback on purpose last week based on structure and position? No. He had the ball 31 times. Ollie Hollands kicked 2 goals from the back half. He looked our only potent forward. And our development of players is just horrendous. All the young players that we've...
It's the worst in the league, mate.
It is absolutely diabolical, right? Ashton Moyer, and I knew that was going to happen tonight, right? I knew everybody was going to call for him to come in. I said to Pommy, I said to everybody, his stat line will read 5 disposals and 1 behind. He had 1 kick tonight, right? And look, I don't want to sink the boots into a kid, but you knew that was going to happen. Will White, God bless him, made his debut, but is he going to be a needle mover? No. Who do we have that we can bring in now that can turn this around? Who? Harry Mackay? We know he's got issues, so you can't rely on him now. It's just going to get worse. And worse and worse and worse. And the most important person at the football club is a bloke who hasn't been part of it for God knows how long, and that's Graham Wright. Does he make the move on the coach early? Because let's not forget, he was at the club when Voss went for the Collingwood job. McRae and him were head-to-head, and Graham Wright said, Craig McRae, you're the man. You're the man. But standards are on the floor. Like defensively, Sam Walsh, again, at D50 stoppage, it's take 1, take 2, take 3, take 4, the same thing. Again. McGovern, lost. Haynes, lost. We're too tall down back. We have no running carry. We have no overlap run. And you could see in that third term when we were trying to get the ball out of the back half, we would continue to go long because we had no leg speed in the back half. You've got McGovern, Haynes, Silvani, Wiedering your 4 players back there. And then you've got Blake Acres, who had the ball 30 times and gave it to Collingwood probably 25 times. He was horrendous. Sam Docherty is, look, we've got to have the conversation there. He's finished. That's it. He's done. That's it. There's no emotion. There's no sentiment. There's nothing anymore. That's it. He's done. Finished. He pulled out of another contest again. I don't know if you saw that between he and Hollands. He just, that's when you know he's mentally gone. He's not the Sam Docherty that we had 2-3 years ago, the one that would put his body on the line for absolutely everything, because he probably knows that he's done all these ACLs. His body's absolutely cooked it. He's taped up to the max in the shoulders, and the players are not good enough. The coaches are not good enough. The board is not good enough. Communication is not good enough. Jacob Wiedering's now questioning the mental fragility and mental strength of our team.
Really?
Right? Yeah, but post game. Yeah, Mitch Cleary tweeted it as well. He spoke to him post game.
That's interesting because the club kicked up a bit of a stink when fans said that the players under pressure are mentally weak.
This is the issue, right? This is the issue. When you have fans being demonized, right? There are a few and I don't even like when people swear at players or they have a go at players. Mate, do you know what's actually said on the football field to players? If they are so worried about what someone with a microphone and a camera or over the fence says to them, when you have guys that are running high on adrenaline, testosterone, they're out there to kill you, right? They would be saying things that are 100 times worse. You've probably spoken to ex-footballers. I've spoken to ex-footballers. I work with them here, mate. They've said things that are 100 times worse. If you can't deal with that, and and people say, the behavior and, we've got to, the standard you walk past is a standard you accept. What about the standards on the field, mate? Don't worry about our standards. Worry about your standards as a football club. You're supposed to be the professionals. And maybe they should listen to the external noise. Because the one time that the external noise was actually made public and the one time that the external noise was put at the forefront of everything, guess what? They all pooped themselves and they responded, didn't they? But it's always the fans' fault. Demonize the fans. It's always the fans' fault. The media's to blame. The fans are to blame. Kane Corns is to blame. It's all Kane Corns' fault. Kane Corns comes up with an opinion. It's all his fault that Carlton are no good. Everybody else is to blame except the people at the club. No one takes onus of the situation. No one at that football club. Has anybody at the Carlton Football Club in a leadership position for 15 to 20 years actually just fronted up in front of a camera and said, it is all my fault? Everybody has a collective blame, right? And when you have a collective game, you just absolve yourself from responsibility. When you have collective blame, that's what happens. There has to be a linchpin at the top. There has to be someone at the top that takes responsibility for everything. And we don't have that. It's collective blame. It's collective. That's the issue at the moment. And it's everybody else's fault. Everyone else's fault. What's the message being filtered down from the bottom, from top to bottom? Brian Cook, look, bless him. He's on the way out. He's on the way out, mate. And there's no alignment because now you've got an incoming CEO who's not aligned with the people who are already at the club because he hasn't hired them. Then you've got players that have been recruited under this new game style and game management, right? And this coach who probably won't fit the style of a new coach. So you're just rejigging again, and it's going to be another 2, 3, 4 years. It may even be longer if they don't accept what's going on. And it's the same thing over and over again. You see the board, again, it's Carlton in business, another business hire. What is Rob Priestley doing to bring a premiership to Carlton? What is Paddy Kinnersley doing to bring a premiership to Carlton? What is Greg Williams doing to bring a premiership to Carlton? What are all these people doing to bring the next dynasty and next premiership to Carlton? Has anyone actually asked that question on a regular basis and answered it? Anybody? Publicly. The only one who had any chutzpah, who had any cojones, was Brian Cook pre-season. He said, we want to finish top 4. Great, fantastic. You haven't made it. Now what? What happens if we lose to West Coast? They sack the coach? Because he'll be the first one to go, yeah? He'll be the first one to go, right? But then you've also got to question and ask the people that are implementing these people in executive football roles at the club, how are they getting all these decisions wrong? Because we know Voss was the 3rd or 4th choice, right? They couldn't get the blokes that they originally wanted. It was recommended they go and get Kingsley. He probably wouldn't have solved the issues either, right? We probably need a whole reset at the moment. We're 0-4. We lost to Richmond, Barry. We lost to Richmond.
Up 41.
We lost to Richmond, who have since been absolutely played off the park, flogged at every turn, flogged. And again, I will say it again, and people will complain about this, but until you actually have these open, honest, hard discussions, because people are too scared to have them, and they're worried that they might lose a job, or they might, it'll be, the outrage on social media will happen. Here's a this and here's a that. The continual feminization of the football club with regards to protect and nurture and leave them alone, that will be to the utmost detriment of this football club. And I will continue to say it time and time again. Until we get ruthless, brutal men at the football club that hold up a standard, we will just continue, as Antonio Conte said, another alibi, another excuse, another coach, another recruiting manager, and the same problem will not be solved. Period. That's it. You need new people in there now. The players are too scarred. The players are too far gone now. Our leaders are too far gone, right, for it to be reversed, because the same cycle continues. The pressure comes on, they can't handle it. Maybe they handle it 1 week, but the grand scheme of things shows that they can't handle it. They've only been able to handle it for 1 season. And even then, we didn't go all the way. We coughed up a 5-goal lead in a preliminary final.
Yeah.
Are you telling me, can any of this core group, can any of them get better?
I don't think anything can get better unless there's a philosophical change at the core of the place.
Yeah, and the philosophical change means that you need new people everywhere. That's what it means, because a lot of these players are too far gone. They've got all these habits ingrained in them. Last year, remember, you made a song and dance about, we're talking about habits? Really? These guys have been there for 8 years. What habits are they learning? It's 0-4. It's just, like I said, the coach is probably the luckiest person in the world over the next fortnight that we've got West Coast and North Melbourne. And I can tell you what, they are not going to be easy beats, either team. Either team. God bless.
Paul, that
God
was
bless.
fire.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's not about swearing or pointing out one person. It's not about that. It has to be a collective, right? It has to be a collective. And we have to uphold a better standard rather than accepting and saying that after Richmond, our response was good. Was it? We've lost the next 3 games. How is that response good? We lost the next 3 games in a carbon copy.
Yeah. I felt something come off my chest listening to you just then.
Yeah, but look, mate, look, you want to remain as professional as possible to a point, yeah? Right?
Yeah.
What I saw tonight, and you know what you've got to do? I'll tell you what you've got to do. And I don't want to sound like this is a joke or I'm taking the P155 or anything like this, right? You tell me, answer me this, right? And this is not to do with football or whatever. What is the Carlton Football Club, the head coach of the Carlton Football Club, going to learn in the off-season by going to Tottenham? Answer me that question. What's he going to learn? What's he going to learn?
Not much more than what he's already seen.
Yeah, okay. That's one, right?
Why didn't he go to Germany?
Go to Germany.
Why didn't he go to Bayern Munich?
Go to Bayern Munich. Why do you have to go to Tottenham? Go watch Antonio Conte's video, his last ever press conference at Carlton. I'm going to post it tonight. And all of what he says is exactly what we are at the moment, right? Hire a new coach. Bring in a new coach. I can tell you now that the same things will just continue to happen. I can tell you now, because the same, as you mentioned, the same philosophical mindset that has brought in previous coaches and brought in previous schemes will continue to do the same thing. We have a man who resigned from JP Morgan as our president at the moment. That's our president. What connection and what progressive and modern mindset does he have that will bring Carlton the next premiership? Answer me that. Because what I heard pre-game was someone that doesn't have a standard, right? And someone who is accepting of what has happened after the Richmond game and said, oh, the response was okay. Yeah, we responded. You're not seeing what we're seeing, clearly. I'm seeing the same defensive lapses, the same horrific entries inside forward 50, and the same dropping of the shoulders week in and week out. Akers today. Oh,
Yeah,
fall into the corridor and hands on the shoulder and head down after he conceded a goal. Terrible body language. Shocking.
I'm going to move along because there's
Please
lots
do.
of people waiting, but
Let 'em go,
thank you
mate.
very much. I really appreciate it.
Love you, mate. I
Love
love
you too,
everybody
mate.
in the chat, the audience. We'll be back next week. Don't you worry about that. Keep the pressure on them, mate. Enjoy the banana.
See you, mate.
Ciao.
The banana. Okay, let me catch up here. Mental and physical toughness is what I think needs to be looked at. Jacob Wiedering started owing. Nah, this is a piss take at this point. Piss take. Smashed an egg on my head for nothing today. Joke. James Mack, you know what the whole club actually needs? A serious board challenge. This board has fingerprints on everything. We need a clean slate. Daniel Mooner, development horrendous. No players to replace them. Bridget, 180, everything I said on the team show. Nuke the joint. It's like thinking you're about to see a blockbuster movie, but it's just a doco on paint drying. Vague, can you please explain how the team has gone from second in the league over halfway through last season to arguably the worst team in the league? Donating because I don't know how you do this every week, bro. Thanks, giant penis. Nitro Goat. Palo was right. This club needs to man the fuck up. Everything's too nice. I'm sick of seeing our captain high five players after they butcher a play. Dynamic, hypnotic. Carlton have drafted safe players who will toe the line, but ultra competitive people who are also disagreeable. You just need strong men to lead them. All right, let's get some more people in. Marcello.
You've tagged in one. You've tagged in another Sebastiani, like the Uso twins, man, in WWE.
Eating my banana of the night.
Banana of the week or banana of the fucking year, mate. That, mate.
Fucking hell.
Where the fuck do you start? Where do you start, bro? Where do you start? Where does it end? Defensive stoppage goals. Again, same shit every week, as Paul alluded to. Sam Walsh. Like, come on, mate. This bloke's a scrub now. He's turned into an A-grade scrub. I've never seen a player of his caliber drop off so quickly. So quickly. I mean, do you like going to swingers events?
Can't say I have.
I think you have, and you've been to quite a few, to be honest, because all we do is watch our team get fucked. We're a bunch of cucks. We're a bunch of cucks, bro. Straight up. We're a bunch of cucks, bro. We are.
Oh,
Starting with this man. Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him. Luke Sayers, I know it's something, but look at him. Bro, look how shameless this fucking club is, bro. At fucking 3/4 time, bro, you're putting this on your story. 55-30. I know it's not going to fucking focus because standard. Probably can't. But anyway, if you go on their story, it says 55-30, and they shamelessly plug 2025 Puma Youth Clash Guernsey. I can't even get the words out because I'm that fucking angry, bro. Bro, it's a fucking joke, bro. You got Ollie Holland playing at halfback, bro, kicking the most goals of the night. That's an indictment. Bro, do they understand what Collingwood have down back? They got probably arguably some of the best defensive players that can just intercept. And they brought two more in Houston and Perryman, who fucking tore us to shreds all night. They tore us to shreds. Perryman kicked fucking, what did he kick? 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
He killed us. Cripps, no help again. Just him. I know there's Hewitt, but You don't want him getting the 30 times. You don't want him finishing off the work. Bro, I'm embarrassed to fucking go for this club, bro. 25 years with my conscious eyes, and I'll tell you what, this is the worst start to a season I've ever seen. This is the worst. The mental fragility of these players, mate, you got Wiedering now questioning it. You didn't question it last year when you were top 4 for 20-odd rounds. Nearly 21 rounds we were top 4 for. 20 rounds, bro. Everyone was blaming, oh, yeah, but there's the injuries, there's this, there's that. What do you got now? What's your excuse now? Tell me what your excuse is. I want people to tell me what the excuse is now. Now you got Voss in press conferences owning it. Like, oh, now it's all my fault. It's our fault. We didn't do this right. We don't do that. It's too late, mate. It's genuinely too late. It's done. Bro, we lost to Epstein's Island, bro. We lost to fucking Epstein's Island, bro. And if you don't know who Epstein's Island is, Richmond Football Club, bro. 41 points up. Deeper, bro. Fucking deeper. And everyone that's viewing right now and that's going to view this in the future, bro, we're 41 points up to fucking Richmond. Bro, that's why I got no fucking hair, bro. This is why I got no hair. I'm serious, bro. But I was laughing at the end of the game because I genuinely wanted to top myself off level 4, bro. I was laughing with people behind me. I'm laughing with Collingwood supporters, the filth, the scum. How am I laughing with Collingwood supporters? Me. But it needs, as Paul said, and I've said it for a while, I personally thought he should have gone at the end of the year last year. When you're 6 of the zip in a final, you got no leg to stand. I don't care what injuries you got. But round 1, an abomination. Catastrophic start to the year. For your club's aspirations as, you know, Cookie comes out and says, oh, we're aspiring to be a top 4 club. Well, he said we're aiming for the top 4. Did he not? Did he not?
Yeah.
His words. Now look where we are. Bro, we gave around our first round draft pick to Hawthorn, bro. For next year. Bro, we're going to be bottom 4, bro. We're going to be bottom 4. They'll probably not win the, who knows? They might win the flag, who knows? And they're going to get a first round draft pick in the 10s, in the top 10. Mate, rip the Band-Aid off. That whole board, get rid of them all. Get rid of them all. Fuck them all off, mate. Put them down to Lygon Street with old mate Lagudache, Sayers. Get rid of them all, mate. All of them. Then the next, they're all the coaches. You had the man. You had the man in the gun. You had Adam Kingsley, bro. Adam Kingsley. We had him. But instead of giving him the head coach role, we're going to give him the assistant coach role. Yeah, no worries. That's some news for you if you've never heard of that. Yeah. Fucking joke, mate. That's where we are. It's an embarrassment. I feel embarrassed. I don't even feel embarrassed about that monogram on the back of your wall. I feel embarrassed to what plays for our club, what represents our club, what fucking standards do we have anymore? You know, people go, oh, you don't want to swear and this and that, whatever. Mate, demand more. I said this last year, the end of the year. Demand more, expect more. Mate, we are a mediocre football club. We're in the land of mediocrity. We're like Essendon and St Kilda, the same thing.
Yeah, we're definitely hiding.
Hands.
It's like they try and save face and position themselves at the top of the league 100%. With everything else other than football results.
Mate, we're a fucking business club. You know it. I know it. We all know it. We're just consumers, bro. We're dollars, bro. I'm worth $1,000 a year with my membership, and that's it. There's other people that spend thousands and thousands. Mate, you got people donating and sponsoring players. I know you did. I don't know if you still do, and I don't want you to say that you do or you don't.
I still do.
Like a fucking idiot. Like a fucking idiot. I know you're still Gordy Durden. Is it?
Yeah. Since he was drafted.
That's fair enough. Your money, you do whatever you want to do. I'm not telling you how to live your life, man.
No,
I know what you're saying. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. But they treat us like a bunch of cucks, bro. We're a bunch of cucks, bro. Every time we walk up to that ground, we spend 5 hours of our life getting there, watching them, and then going home, taking us another hour, an hour and a half. And then what do? We come on here, we watch us lamenting more pain. It's not therapy anymore. It's actually insanity. It's insanity. It's fucking insanity, bro. But apparently they were clipping up fans. Like Channel 7 was clipping up fans. I don't know.
What?
Before the game. Yeah, apparently I was on it. I don't know. Rocco was on it. We were all on it. Sack Voss. Now replay the clip, Channel 7. Replay it. I'll give you another one. Get him out, bro. It's time to go. I said it round one, and I'll keep saying it every week. You can feel sorry for him now because he's trying to save his face and saying, oh, he's in preservation mode now. Now he's admitting it's on us. It's on me. Yeah. We'll see where you are by mid-year, mate. But knowing this club, they'll probably stick to it. Old mate Priestley will come out. He'll come out with his fucking orange pin. This one will come out. Another can. He's telling me how to do recycling and just like, bro, I'm over it, man. I'm over it. 25 years with my conscious eyes, and what have we got, bro? Flashbacks. That's all we got, man. We got flashbacks, bro. This player was once good. This player was, bro. Did you see Charlie Curnow in the last quarter go down back?
Yeah, I think Jad texted me. Charlie Curnow, full stop, full back.
Bro, he manned up Brody Mychek, bro. Surely there's a coach in there thinking, bro, you lost the plot, man. Like, what's wrong with you? Bro, we're square pegs, round holes FC, bro. I've never seen so many magnets thrown around in my life. Ever. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke. And, you know, we are where we are for a reason.
Yeah.
There is a lot of mental fragility. There is. They are mentally fragile and mentally weak. So it is what it is, bro. Enjoy your night because you're a sick puppy. You're going to go till 1:30.
About that, I reckon.
Yeah.
We'll have a good crack at it.
Anyway.
And then we'll do it all again over the next week, man. Hopefully.
Good luck.
Yeah. Take care, bro.
Luck, bro. You take care as well. And take care, everyone else.
Darren Braithwaite, weak men create weak times. The mentality is off. Teresa, well, you know who I support, but I respect your work. So sending my love for you to get through this. Thanks, Teresa. Well done to your pies tonight. They were fucking sensational. Absolutely sensational. Hey, Mia. It's pretty bad.
Well, tell me why. All day at work today, I'm comforting Collingwood supporters. Don't worry, you guys will be fine. Tell me why I'm at the pub and we're at half. Yeah, this is where I'm at. And I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, we're up. I don't think you guys should worry. No trust. And what did I say? Halftime, 3/4 time Blues. We're all fucked.
Yeah. You just knew. I mean, I think you knew. You know when I knew? I'll tell you when I knew. I mean, I knew early in the third, but Ned Long, check side, goal? Who?
I knew when we got to fourth quarter and I forgot Charlie Curnow was playing. Yeah. I forgot he was on our list. Like this, it's a business. It is a business, but it's gotten to the point now where, like, I remember the Mark Murphy days. I remember Bryce Gibbs. I remember Cade Simpson. I remember Koutafidis. And it's not the same. It's not. They don't play for the jumper. They don't play for the culture. They don't remember the history. They don't think of 160 years. It is a business.
It's a job.
When we got past that era where it was only like 40 to 50,000 members and we started getting like 80, 90,000, they forgot about football.
It's a good point.
They forgot about football. And that's right. Like they're posting, during the game. Like I can't. It is. It's about money. Like I don't know. I feel like the best business strategy would be to fucking win something. Like shit. How do you reckon we can make? It's just a bunch of guys around a table. How do you reckon we can make more money for this club?
Yeah.
Maybe fucking win. Oh my god. Like I don't know though. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not like we
Yeah,
don't we have the talent pool or anything to actually probably do the job on paper.
Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. I think one of the worst parts of it all is like the pity from opposition supporters, like genuine pity. Like we're back to that, but the pity back in the day was, oh, you're rebuilding, you'll be okay. Now it's like this is the fruits of the labor and the foundations that were set and the wheels that were put in motion. And nothing's linear, so you go forward, you go back, you go forward, you go back, and then you look at it now. Like they literally have capacity for a half. That's what we're seeing at the moment. Maybe 2.5 quarters. They do not have 4-quarter capacity. This was an issue for David Teague. This was an issue for Bolton, but back then I think it was, oh, well, they're kids, they're underdeveloped bodies. So I don't know. I'm quite fascinated now to see how this is going to play out, because there's such a long year ahead, and we're here where we are today, and they're playing like they are right now. How are they going to spin this? I'm fascinated to see how this one goes.
There's just no pride for the jumper by anyone, up or down, on the field or in the box or in the office. There's nothing. Like you can feel it. You feel it. The only ones carrying it are us, and we're the fucking idiots because we still think it's there. It's not there.
That's true. We are actually thinking.
I see it when Jack wears the Guernsey. I see it because he was born and raised in that jumper, and I see it. Crips, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else is a salary package. It feels like the NBA, where like when I go to AFL or the NBA, I feel like I'm watching. Like there's no loyalty to the team. They go where the money is. Like the clubs don't care about their teams, their players. They just trade. It's never the same vibe on the court. But like, footy used to mean something when you played for a club. It used to mean something, and it means something for a lot of clubs, but it doesn't mean anything here.
Yeah.
And that's one of the many issues. Like that is not the only issue. But like that's what I saw tonight. When you think about Carlton Collingwood, you think about what it really all means to be on this side versus that side. Like you think of the history, that's the point of this game.
Yeah.
We didn't see it for Richmond, we didn't see it for Dogs, we didn't see it for Hawthorn, we didn't see it here. And we should have saw it here, if not any other time. If you only had one game out of 24 to like have your heart on your sleeve, it was tonight.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck next week. Good luck to all of us next week. Are you going? Please don't say you're going.
How am I going to go? How do you go after that? How do you go?
I mean, I was never going, but I take my hat off to those who are going. Fair play. Fair play.
I just want to be hurt.
Yeah.
I feel for them. That's like childhood wounds coming out.
Yeah,
if you have the heart to go to West Coast next week, consider therapy alongside. Fuck.
Mia, love your work. Thanks for calling in.
See you later.
See ya. Ace Grape, I miss the days where we didn't expect to win. Expectations were low and the wins felt special. Now it's just disappointment week after week. It's sad. Ben, was it just me? But were our crowd non-existent? Genuinely outnumbered 1 to 40 in my bay. Genuinely felt soulless, not even mad, sad, or even angry anymore. I'm numb to the footy now. All good though. We won 3 or 4 quarters tonight. Well, yeah, it was a Collingwood home game and we were definitely outnumbered. But then there was a dying out. My sister, my brother-in-law left start of the 4th. Yeah, it's so bad. Ball and Ashton 0-4, LMAO. I mean, it is pretty funny, to be fair. Peter, a full scale on Carlton reset is required, not an easy fix. If not every week, we will be the rendition of faulty towers. Andy.
Bro. I'm broken, man. I'm fucking broken. I'm a broken man. I've been listening to everyone speak and everyone's so passionate. I'm just thinking, we're so done. We're so done, bro.
Yeah, there was I reckon there was one last gasp. You know, like before, they say before a body dies, before someone dies, and it's just that one last gasp of just like trying to stay alive. I definitely felt that from the collective this week.
Yeah.
Like just to try, like what if, you know, they could turn it around and we get to training on Monday, open session.
You know, when I knew we weren't going to win, bro, we all knew we weren't going to win. Let's be real, right? Already. But people had hope. You know, I was one of them. As always, I'm sick. About 3-4 hours before the game, the club posted something about Ampol. And I was just like, we're playing Collingwood under the lights. It's your arch rival. And Collingwood had spent like the previous 24 hours posting, you know, how much they love beating us. And we post an Ampol ad. And it was just like a reminder to me that this club doesn't care. The club doesn't care like we care. And I think the sooner we... Yeah,
go.
Oh, I was just going to say, the sooner we truly accept it, that this club genuinely doesn't care. And we need to actually accept it, right? That this is just what this club is. I think then we can maybe let go of our feelings towards players, these attachments, because we've watched these players grow up and we got to let that go, you know? And I think once we do that, things will be peaceful.
I want to add to your point that you said earlier, right? Because what you post is what you value, right?
Yep.
Where was it? So I was at home. I had my phone and I saw them like retweet, and it said, "See you at the G, Beastie Boy 07." And in my mind, I read it quickly. I'm like, oh, I thought they tagged the besties. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Like you get around the fans. And then I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. Bharat Sundararajan. He's a cricket commentator, apparently very famous. And I think in that there's something. Like this guy's going to his first game of football forever. He's got 100,000 followers. Like he's famous. And it like in that, like you value the guy that's famous and the one that can maybe bring you some eyeballs and the celebrity and the elitism of it. But like, get around your fucking people. Where's your community management? Where's your fucking people? You know, and they did it last year. They were sending fucking hoodies to influencers who don't really follow the club. And it all ties into the same, like, what are you valuing here? What is the most valuable thing that you want to get around here? It's so backwards, man. The philosophy is backwards. They look out. Like you don't, oh man, it's so cooked how they think.
Absolutely, bro. When I saw that ad for Ampol, I giggled to myself and I was like, this club's not serious. We're not a serious football club, bro. We're a serious business. And it's funny. Over the last few weeks, people have jumped on this train, right, of identifying that the club is a business. And I love it. So my question to you and everyone else out there, how do we change it? How do we fix it as supporters? What is in our hands and what is out of our hands? So, like, what can we do to, I mean, at the extreme, kick the board out? That's an extreme thing. And what can we do to change? And you used the word philosophical earlier. As fans, what is in our hands to be able to change the philosophical mindset of the football team and club? Because I think we need to start asking questions now, right? And questions have been asked for weeks, but I think real change has to come. And everybody can talk about, sack this guy, sack that guy, and I'm part of that too. I'm on the sack this guy train and sack that guy train. But as fans, what is actually in our hands? What can we actually do? What actions can we take to create change?
Yeah.
Like what can we do? Because they're not caring about the fans in the comments. They're not caring about the fans talking on shows like yours. They're not caring about content creators that are speaking their minds. And a lot of the times speaking what the majority of fans or at least some of the fans are thinking. So what can we do? What is in our hands to create change? I don't have an answer to that, but I think it's a numbers game, and I think we've got the numbers. The supporter base is so much larger than than the people in charge. So what can we do? What steps do we need to take for this club to realize that change needs to happen?
I actually think we are doing it slowly. Because never in the history of the club has there been an independent voice or number of voices that's been able to speak their truth about the brand. It's always been about protecting the brand. They've never been able to handle what's happening now. Like, they're so cooked. I'll tell you something. So the club look at this channel as a competitor.
Yeah.
That's the rhetoric. We want people to buy Carlton Football Club merch, and we want people to buy Carlton Football Club and watch Carlton Football Club content. That is a fact. That's been said to me specifically. So that also as philosophical change. So all good. I haven't been competing with anyone at the football club until this point. Because if I had, I mean, the game would have been won a long time ago. So, I mean, it's about being honest. It's about continuing to be truthful. It's about probably putting some good, intelligent minds together that actually have the essence of what we want to move forward with as a football club and align with, or we give up and break up with the club.
We can't. No, that's a non that last one is we can't. As much as this club does us, we love this football club. We cannot give up on this football club because the football club is so much bigger than the people in charge of it right now. So I think the first thing, and I just want to go back to what you said, like the fact that you've been told that you're a competitor to the club
says everything.
The club should be on their knees, bro, kissing your feet. Because and I'll say this, right? I'll say this in front of everyone. I don't care. What you've been able to do with your channel is bring a community of fans that probably never thought about going to games, never thought about joining a Carlton community. So you've brought a different set of eyeballs. You've potentially boosted a generation of new members, of new supporters. So they should be thanking you. And the fact that they said that you're a competitor, well, that's straight up disrespectful to not only you, but to those people you've brought along with you.
Look, I can get the whole competitor thing.
Yeah, I get it too. I get it too, bro.
But like, it doesn't come with a, oh, by the way, thank you. Or, oh, you
yeah.
also, you know, and not just me. It's not just me. Like, I'm a part of one of the cogs in the machine. There's many platforms now. There's many voices now. There's many people that have been speaking the truth about how they watch the club. It's not just me. You know, they will. So it's not something that I'm wanting to take credit for. There's a collective thing happening here. But what we have right now, for the first time in the club's history, and you know, the world, is you don't control the fucking narrative anymore, mate. They don't control the narrative anymore. They don't control the truth anymore, because we'll just, and where there is a void of the truth, the fans will fucking speak it.
100%. 100%. They don't control the narrative anymore. I think that's something we should build on, Terry.
So get around your people, learn how to talk to your people, or it's going to get fucking worse. And it's going to get even, it's going to get more. Like, learn how to talk to your people. Learn. You're in a modern age. You have an ability with technology to get a message out and distribute it to thousands of people, and you're still writing a fucking email.
Yeah,
it's 2025, bro. It's 2025. You're writing emails. Like, what world are we living in? It's not 2004. It's 2025, man.
It is crazy, bro. It is crazy. We're so backwards. We're just backwards, bro. We're backwards. And something needs to give. Honestly, something has to give. Like, it's funny. Everybody's, obviously, we're all upset about the game and all that. But it's not even about the team anymore. It's not even like this problem is within the entire club, and everyone knows that. And I love that people are just calling it out now. You know, and I think we demand change now, bro. I think we just, as supporters, as members, we fucking demand change, because we're stuck. We're stuck with our game style. We're stuck off the field with our emails. Like, we're so backwards, and teams are just flying past us. Teams have won premierships, bottomed out, rebuilt, and have flown past us. You know, and we keep being told to stay patient, stronger together, all that bullshit. Nah, enough's enough, man. Enough's enough, Terry. We're done, bro. I think we're all done, and we demand change now. Yeah. And I think it's on us. It's on all of us to hold the football club accountable. Everybody.
Mate, well said. Well said.
Thanks as always, Terry.
You take care, man.
You too, bro. Have a good night, man.
You too. See ya. Joel.
Hi, Terry. Am I there? Am I there?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Loud and clear. How are you? What's going on? Yeah.
I'm all right. I mean, look, there's no point. There's no point getting too upset about it. I mean, I'm past that.
No. It's true.
So, yeah, look, change of Pommy during his
watch along.
His live feed. Yeah. Just yeah. Well, we just quickly got into a conversation about he can probably answer this in a later. He'll cover this no doubt in his review. But I just briefly flagged that we don't have the cattle, and he said that he thinks that's not the issue. So I'm thinking, okay, interesting. But maybe that was out of context because I wasn't following his whole dialogue of the thing. But so my point is that we don't have the cattle with the players. Yeah, we don't have the players. Well, I don't know. Is it duh? So I just look. I named seven players who I think are up for the fight. So Silvani's been really impressive, and that raises a really interesting point because I touched in our
Who are the other players?
Carl-
Sorry, can you list the players for me? Just list the seven players.
So, okay. So Sauce, Ches, Cripper, TDK, Walsh, Weeders, and Hewitt.
Yeah.
The rest are peripheral.
And these are the guys. These are the guys that you say are up for the fight.
Well, these are the players who I think I'm happy to see wear a Carlton jumper.
Yeah, and the rest just sort of wane in and out.
Yeah, well, just I'd be happy. I'm just happy for them to. Okay, how harsh do I want to go here? Yeah, I don't think they're up to the level.
Fair.
Yeah. So, but obviously I've there's young players who that goes, and then the asterisk to that is obviously I'm not saying get rid of all the young. There's first, second year players who we haven't seen enough.
We don't know yet what they're going to become. They've got development to come ahead of them. You give them a bit of grace. Understood.
Yeah. So the Silvani thing is really interesting because I think that's one of the elephants in the room, which just doesn't sit well with me because obviously, look, I've said in my Carlton people thing that Stephen Silvani is one of the big reasons why I follow this club because he's my favourite player of all time. And him working at St Kilda, fuck, I mean, it's a disaster. I mean, I think the club it's an unresolved issue which just hangs its head over the club, and the fact that his son's playing, giving his all, Jack, and I think, that doesn't. Yeah. I just feel really. It doesn't that's one of the things which, for all that's going wrong, that's one thing which is sort of
fair enough. Yeah, that's a good point. Anything else?
And it's the identity thing which we touched on today. So look, I'm no longer officially a supporter of this club. Today was a bit emotional for me. I think you could have sensed that, when we discussed it, because just waking up thinking this is, Collingwood, Carlton, and I wasn't expecting a win, but I was expecting something. I think you could get that gist from my conversation. I don't know. Yeah, and to fold in the second half was, I just thought, no, this is it. This is really it. I can't see us winning another game, to be honest. I haven't listened to the rest of the commentary tonight, but I don't know what everyone else is thinking, but I just cannot see us. I mean, if we can only play one half of footy, I mean, what hope do we have, Terry? What hope do we have?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you might not be I don't know. I think you'll always. I think a part of you will always be. Yeah, that's okay. I think a part of you will always be a supporter of the club. But you know what? If you need to take time away from the football club, then fair enough. I don't blame you. I don't blame anyone that doesn't want to watch next week, or anyone who actually takes the active steps to pull away next week. I don't blame you. I mean, it is what it is. We'll be here. We'll be here when you come back. It's just, you know what it is. And I say this every week. I've been saying this for the last few weeks in particular. It's like it's coming, but I want to be there just in case tonight was the turnaround. Whatever percentage of chance that was from happening, which before the game it might have been 4% or 1%, just in case. Had I given up and not gone to the game, or actually not watched the game? What if that was the game? And that's what sucks me in.
Well, big picture speaking, I mean, we're going to probably lose TDK, which is huge, because we just don't have I don't think he's our only ruckman. To put it, I mean, I don't. Anyway.
Listen,
and then
listen, Joel. want to reiterate that we love having you
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, okay. Why do you say that? Do you think I'm gonna have
I
nice
see the
things?
pain on your face, mate. I see it. It's
Yeah,
hard,
yeah.
because you've been so I would say misunderstood.
Mm.
I would say you've been misunderstood, and I would say I've seen people say, "Oh, you're just negative." It's like
Mm.
everything you've said from when I think we first met you has literally happened the way you
Correct.
said it. Maybe not straight
Correct.
away, maybe not in a month, but like sort of down the track, it's all come to fruition. So yeah, I think you're one of the more passionate people that come on here.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Look. Yeah. I've written a lot of things over. Like I did it. Like no. Well, actions speak louder than words, my friend. And I say things because I just can't help myself because I'm passionate.
Yeah, man.
But
I get it.
yeah. But ultimately, there's not enough players out there who give a fuck. And
fair. Well, don't let them. Honestly, like I think for me, for all of us, like we shouldn't let them being all of them, but not just the players, but like the whole club. Like we shouldn't let them affect us to the point where it's detrimental to our happiness, even though we love this thing. So I'm just mindful.
Yeah, I'll wake up tomorrow and it'll be erased. Well, not erased, but I'll be over it.
No, I get you.
Awesome. So it's just ironic because I was just listening after the game. So I for the first time today, this year, and I said this to you again earlier today. I said, when are we going to hear from our president and our CEO? And they both spoke today. So that their ears must have been ringing. I'm joking. So I don't know if you probably haven't caught up with what president and the CEO have said. No, because you've been.
As in, you mean the email, or you mean what they did?
No, they were both on radio just prior to the game. So that's been updated on the Carlton website. So you probably haven't heard that yet.
No, I haven't. I'll have a look at that.
Yeah, so Cookie and Rob Priestley spoke, and it didn't really leave. Yeah, again, it didn't leave. It didn't leave me feeling that confident. Yeah.
I'm going to move on. I'm going to move along. But
all right.
I've got still waiting room. And you got a final point for me?
All right. Okay. I'll let everyone else say what they have to say. All right.
You got one final point for me?
No. I'll just shut up. All right. No. That's all right. No, that's all right. No. Nothing more to say. And yeah, let's. You won't be going to the game next week, I'm guessing.
No, I'll be watching from home, and then yeah.
Well, that's. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'd like to see what the chat. I mean, I just feel like the chat is saying stuff about me, but that's all right. No, I mean, I half the time I don't read it, but that's all right. No. We'll end it there.
Okay. You have a good night. I will speak to you tomorrow.
All right. Cheers, Tez. Cheers.
See you, mate. Hey, but the club is profitable, says Hanjo. Rain Scott drone imagery. Can the AFL bring back AFLX? We might be a chance with less players and shorter games. Dynamic hypnotic. The environment doesn't allow them to excel. Luke, all the way from Dubai, watching this from abroad. Only beautiful thing about this is getting to hear from the passionate souls I share this journey with. We are the club. Spot on. We are the club. All right. Speaking of Carlton fans calling from other countries, Riley.
I just want to read one quote from Josh Dacos tonight after the game. We knew we could break them the longer the game went. It was brought up. We did somewhat touch on their prolific first halves and how much they fall off in the second. We are just a mentally weak football team, ran from the top down what can only be described in terms of on-field performance and excellence as largely incompetent across the whole club. This is a playing group that I think have turned their toes up. I mean, if we're going to relate, tonight to anything, that was a very Essendon 2019 feel. But again, it's a very unique circumstance we find ourselves in as well. I mean, if you look at the series of events tonight, you had, and this is not to, again, plotting individual players, but when Lockie Fogarty, contest or not, got elbowed and almost knocked out from Dan Houston, I would feel a club with unity over that time would stand up for their mate. I get the ball was in contest and motion, but even after half time, there was nothing. It is a soulless product on the field. It is a product where I think the players are playing in self-preservation mode. They're questioning their own mental toughness and physical toughness. That's the phase we're at. And they don't have the answers. Patrick Cripps, after the game, I think it's pretty clear after a good month of footy what we need to work on. There's probably a bit of a pattern emerging. Mate, if I had the answers, I wish I knew. They don't even fucking know. So how is this going to turn around if they don't know? Seriously. It's in a serious hole.
Yeah. What is the turning point? What's the turning point? I mean, I've heard this week, I heard a rhetoric around this week, like maybe the expectations are just too much. It's like, okay, forget about a flag. How about just a competent football team? Is that too much?
Yeah, yes, but then no, I don't agree with that either, because you play at the top level. You make comments on the expectations from the club. The only one that did was Cook, and we haven't lived up to them. You are beholden to those expectations. These are very well remunerated people in a position that absolutely comes with a lot of external pressure and noise, but that's the reason they're at the top level. You behold them to the expectations. You behold them to performance. They, as a collective, not just the playing list, not just the match committee, coaching staff list, board, whatever. You are beholden to them. And we are simply not fulfilling them. Not even close. Look, heaps of people brought up the email today that came out from Rob Priestley. I got to wake up to that at 7 o'clock in the morning before the game. And that was probably the moment I knew we're going to lose. Who writes that and sends that on the day of the game?
Weird.
Which club does that? Which club does that? Which club does that? Seriously. And within the context, basically 2 paragraphs of how to play better, and then 20 paragraphs basically giving self-pats on the back and going through how I just want to highlight how good our succession planning and proactivity is at a board level for a skills-based board. It's that tells you the mentality at the top.
Yeah.
It's
confusion everywhere. Well, I mean, what's valued at the top is not in alignment with what's valued by in the middle and maybe us on the other side of the fence. It's all so misaligned. So what do you expect to watch out on the field?
Should be, because we are the constituents. Realistically, we're members because you're a not-for-profit organization that's not owned by anybody. The members own the club. So we have the expectation. We have the expectations there. We all know what we want. But you've got this rhetoric about pressure and that. I'm sorry, that Georgie Parker article you mentioned it before was just I completely disagree with. With her, not you. I completely agree with what you're saying. But that sort of rhetoric against the fans. It's the fans are the ones that it is our club. Yes, it is difficult. Yes, it's difficult to be a professional football, be it in a professional organisation, but we don't even look like one. We look like an incompetent mess. I genuinely want, if we're talking about, Vossi loves to bring up moments. Did that elimination final last year break this group? And subsequently what happened in that off-season? Look at the events since then.
Probably was, I reckon it had to have been like a nail in the coffin of sorts of the cohesion of that group. I mean, lot of us have referenced the GWS. What happened after quarter time? Guys got a little too cocky, maybe complacency. Like, all right, let's just say that game ends. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, how did they get it so right and then get it so wrong? Like, there were multiple goal kickers, even spread. They were cohesive. They were like spreading. The ball movement was like clicking, and it wasn't just clicking 1 or 2 games. It was a pattern. And then I mean, we'll have to wait 10, 15 years until somebody writes a book that they can sell out to the public.
No, it'll be in 10 years' time when they, the 40th anniversary of '95, and they wheel out the same people for an article in the Age. That's when it'll come out, and probably when you think about it. But it's right now. It is not a unified football club. It is a football club full of individuals with seemingly from afar agendas that are not conducive with a high level performing environment, and we are seeing the consequences of that. And the only people that consistently turn up every week is us, the fans. Like we are the only ones, and that's we should all be credited with that. And Paolo was spot on before too. Football, yes. Do I believe massive vitriol and abuse to people is on? No, but there is a lot worse that does get said on the field. And the one time we actually responded was when that happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to get easier. They have to get stronger. They have to develop a hardened edge to be able to withstand the rigors of this club, this competition. Yeah. We've gone back now, and we are no longer talking about the fine margins of winning a premiership and how hard that is. We've now regressed back to conversations around, well, it's really hard to play for this club, big passionate fan base. Like that's where we're now talking about again. Like we have to get through that part to then move into playing regular finals football, to then start talking about top four footy. For the first time this year, I turned to my brother today. I'm like, this is a bottom 14.
It is. They're playing like a bottom 14. Same pattern. Yeah. You probably control large elements of the first half, don't capitalize like you should. You fall away at the slightest bit of pressure. And when you have the key leaders of the club that don't know what's going on, then that suggests there's something seriously systemic. And I believe that stems all the way from the top. Not just from a football sense, but from a board sense, because board leads the direction. And I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Thank fuck we've got Graham right there, because he is the one person in the building that actually knows how to build an organization at different layers to be successful, because he's done it twice at big clubs. So that is the only real thing I would say. Development, but every single thing within our joint right now needs to be forensically reviewed. Development of players, list management. It's really bad. It is really bad. It's really bad. And I just the joint looks broken. This is different to 2023.
Yeah.
This is worse than 2023. We are not getting out of this hole.
Yeah.
Because at least in 2023, it was a list profile that was slightly younger on paper, and it was in the middle of the year game momentum. But at least these lads knew how to, win, because they experienced at the start of the year and worked their way out of it. This has just started from the start, hit after hit after hit after hit. It's just, I don't. This one's not recoverable for me. For this season, I will be shocked. I'll be shocked if it does. I mean, it won't stop me watching every week and commenting every week, because maybe I'm just an absolute masochist. But maybe
I think we all are. But also, we are just going to continue to be here until eventually one day, whether it's when we're alive or the next generation are alive. I mean, and that's the thing about the fans. I mean, players will come and go, CEOs, staff members, they come, they go.
Yeah.
And the fans are the constant. They just stick around.
And that's
So-
probably why we stay involved in the club so much. I can say 95% of my best friendships have all come through Carlton. Bond with families all come through Carlton. That's really what it means. You can love the club. You can love what the club has represented. You don't have to love the current people in the club. And I would be very surprised if we say as a collective right now we love a lot of the people within the club at the moment.
No.
And it's been like that for a while. Realistically, when you dig deeper, when you look at the top administration, when you look, how the club I would say since the early 2000s has turned from this success at all costs to success seemingly as secondary because what we want is financial success. We don't love that, but we love the club because of intrinsic bonds you build with people and some of the memories you have. It's
Yeah. Yet again, mate, you call in the early hours of the morning in London and you get to go and enjoy your day. What are you doing today? What's the plan? It's Thursday.
Thursday, I think I'm normal work stuff. Try and enjoy the sun, have a beer, forget that happened. Wake up tomorrow, the sun will be shining. Get to do it all next week against the Eagles.
Can we expect a win next week, or is that too much? Is that too much? Is that too much? Is that too much expectation?
I think the only thing we can expect next week is some Ampola Tripadil ad. That's the only thing we can expect. Anything beyond that, I have no expectations anymore for this group. And they need to, if there's that, it's going to be a long time before they can win back any semblance of trust. I think that goes for all of us. I think that's a fair statement.
Well said, mate. Much love. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Much love. Take care, brother.
Simon.
Terry, mate, what are they doing to us? What are they doing?
Oh, they are. Look, we're just going through another cycle of another cycle. Fucking hell.
Just seeing all the people on the cams. If they only could just see what's going on, how we're just trying to stay so optimistic, trying to look at the little wins. It is tough. And I coach my own footy team and I'm trying to be positive, and I try and look at the little angles, but I saw a side today just confirm that they're broken. They're just broken mentally. They're broken from the football side of things. I can see the point of view of the whole club needs a shake. I do, but from the football perspective, it's got to happen. Unfortunately, think about it like this. Remember 2022, even the start of the year, I think we won 5 in a row or 5 out of 6 or something like that. And we had that run, and then obviously we know how the season ended. But every season has just been very, very patchy, and I think I've just saw it as okay, it'll tweak along the way. It's experience. We'll get better. This and that. You have your bad year, you're good. Yeah, that's okay. That's footy. But I thought we were actually building some sustained success. But then after tonight, it was really solace. And the gentleman just before, Ben, he pointed it right out. When Houston did what he did, there was no reaction. There was no fight. There was no scuffle. And then you hear about the Josh Dacos comment, and they were laughing at us tonight. That you could see it. I mean, I wasn't at the game, so I'm obviously can see it. I was lucky to see it on TV, and I could see the smirks, the smart ass. They're just having a laugh. And you know what? I don't mind. That's footy. But when we started to shy away from the contest, and then that second half, you just can't. You kind of like just go, well, you've given up, so so should we? You know what I mean? It's just it's the unknown now what to do. I mean, next week the Eagles. I mean, I think we'll win, but if we, I don't want to see always doing these ones. I don't want to see them running around and pushing. You know what I mean? Isn't it funny, the narrative? Like, I actually was comfortable with the OE's deal purely because I thought it was a clever deal. We ended up getting Jagger, etc. But the Matt Kennedy one still doesn't sit right. And yeah, you just start to look now at all these little things that maybe it has disgruntled the group. But at the same time, they're grown men playing footy and changes always happen. So there's so many just ifs and buts and whats and whys and hows. I mean, Jesus, it feels like we're watching the Titanic movie over and over
Yeah.
again. We just know about that iceberg. It's been
I think,
84 years.
Yeah, I think the reality is, I think only a couple of them are real men. I think a lot of them are still boys.
Yeah, it's.
You know.
I think I honestly don't. I still don't think. I don't want to hear any like the rebuilds or anything like that. I just think all I can think on it, and the only thing that holds hope in my head is I remember Richmond in 13, 14, 15, 16. They, in those 4 years, they were finishing ninth. They were just falling short. They had a very similar core group, you know, with Rewalt, Rance, Cochin, DeLeo, etc. And then 16, I remember they tried to play a game plan, it didn't work, and they just flipped it. Now, I'm not saying we can just do the same thing, but to me, it just says that you don't have to go, all right, that's it. They're all gone. But there has to be an acknowledgement of change. And does that mean, though, the coach changes as well? I mean, I liked Voss when he came in. I thought he stabilised a little bit, but unfortunately, I think this is the fourth year this year. It's just, I haven't seen any change. I mean, yeah, I'm happy that his game plan, what he had, he stuck to it, you know, stuck to his ways. But I hate to say it, it might cost him his job now, because even tonight, I know one of the calls, the fan cams before say, we don't want to, I think it was Mars saying, we don't want to flick the magnets too much. I agree to it to one point, but then it would be nice to see when the game's about in the balance and we've lost all momentum, just change something. I mean, McGovern go forward, Walsh, chuck him on a wing. I don't know, like, it just pull a lever, and it may not work, but at least you said, all right, we gave it a crack tonight. We literally just watched it. Yeah, it's going. We're waving. It's, so yeah, it's so many unknowns, Terry. I've never been so confused after at the start of a season like this too, because even tonight, you're right. You could see them taking on the corridor. That they're actually having a dip, but then yet the challenge gets a bit too hard, after half time. So it's either the players, mentally can't do it, or they physically can't do it, or both, obviously. But yeah, it's tough. It's you're just trying to look for those little wins. I'm trying to work out what the hell we're going to do after the Band-Aid approach. If we beat West Coast, it doesn't solve the problem at all. It just points out that, all right, we're a little bit better than a potential bottom four side. That's it. There's it doesn't do anything else. So, I mean, what would you do next week if you were in selection, Terry? Would you go, the axe grind, the old school way, 3-4 out, couple notice to some important players, or what do you do?
To be honest, the only thing I'm thinking of right now is just getting through this session. I haven't even cast my mind to next week. Haven't even seen the VFL. Haven't even seen the VFL match yet. So
no, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't know. We'll get there.
I get it. I get it. And and I respect you, mate. It is like 5 to 1 in the morning, and I was thinking to myself, again, I'd love to know how many fan bases do this. So we're loyal and we're strong. So you're doing a great job to hang in there, and I think everyone's feeling the same pain, and some great points tonight. Just wish the club would just acknowledge us a little bit. But anyways, Terry, I'll let you go. Keep moving on. Thanks, soldiering forward. I'm sure during the week we'll come up with some radical solution. Give us hope. It's in Adelaide. It's all right.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right, mate.
Hang in, Des. Hang in there, mate. Take care. Thanks.
He's a good man. Okay, I got to catch up here. Stephen, no matter what, we're going to stick fat. Hopefully they can turn it around just like 2023. Oh, man. I'm getting a headache because I feel this isn't against Stephen. It's just, it's so repetitive, man. Oh, we're so shit. Okay. Angelo, Terry, what's the difference between the club back from the 70s, 80s, and 90s to now? It's money. The players back in those decades played with pride and passion, whereas the players of today only care about being set for life. Zach, Sack Voss install Joel. Seb Horses. 2 people arrested at the G tonight, caught with 4 guns. Yeah, I heard about this. It's wild. Dave, watching the pain in the Blues baggers doesn't even make it fun to give you guys shit. I'm a sainter, and even I can see the pain in the chat. Kuda, I miss getting in on the Collingwood rivalry. True. Dave, hypothetically, if the players turn it around and win the next 5, let's just say, would it be okay then, or has the trust been that badly broken? Oh, I can't even imagine them winning 2 in a row, let alone 5. I really can't. How about this? Let him do it. Let him win 5 in a row, and then we'll have that conversation. Let's see them try and let's see them do it first. Second half scores this year: Carlton 10 goals, 24, 84. Opposition 29 goals, 20, 194. Fucking hell. Okay, Mark. Well said. Jad?
Hey, bro. What's he doing? What's he doing? I'm sorry. Can't do it. Oh, we're talking about five wins in a row. Far out, man. Far out.
Is this our life? Like, is this it? Are these the memories? Like, this is it? Like, is this what we...
I hope a meteor is hurling towards Earth, mate. Fuck me. Fuck me. And I want this footage to be found for the next race.
I'm telling you, man, this is now just evidence when we all put in a class action against the club.
Forget about your concussion. This is what's gonna happen, mate.
Yeah.
Maybe we can hire one of those new board members. They're so freaking accomplished. Couldn't believe that. Yeah, mate. Financial superstar. We're gonna win tonight. How good.
Maybe we are just... Maybe we need to break up.
Maybe this is the breakup.
Maybe this is breakup YouTube. Maybe this is it.
I am the most bitter ex you'll ever find. I'm gonna be talking shit about these blokes for years. Oh, Terry. It's like what's even surprising about it? It's like we've all been saying the same shit. It's really what for fucking 2 years now. Like I don't even know why I come on, bro. Like I just want to be with you, but there's nothing poignant I have to say. There's nothing like, oh wow, what a great insight. Like it's just I don't know. Need the community, I guess. Want that sense of like, you know, that someone or some people care. I don't know, bro, because it doesn't feel like that. Watching them, listening to them.
I think there's definitely a void in the fan base that, you know, does anyone out there care? I think we feel that here. I think if I can find something positive, is that I think collectively more than ever we're back on the same page as to where we are at. first
Yeah,
game,
that's a
second
good point.
game.
That's a good point.
And I think, and I'm not saying everyone thinks so and so should be sacked, but I think most are on the same page that like we're in trouble here. So there's that.
Look, there's the on-field stuff, and it's been talked about to death. It's more than that, and everyone. And there's, I think you've touched on it earlier. Like, look at my face. I'm fried, mate. I'm gonna shave my head. Like this shit. I'm gonna shave my head. Get this
You're beautiful,
dirtiness
mate.
off me. This dirty Carlton stench off my body.
Yeah.
They're not men. They're not men at all. And like I actually take a lot of interest in this space, especially in like the modern times we're living in. And I think Paolo touched on it too. It's like it's not so much like the feminization of the club, it's feminization of these players' development when we brought them in. They're just soy boys, mate.
They're soft.
Like honestly, yeah, and you look at them on the field, to me they just look like a bunch of men who have been told how to think, what to think, how to act, how to play, obviously how to play, just how to behave. Like nothing about this group feels organic to me. They're like these robots that have been told what to say. Think of it like this. A teammate makes a big mistake. Don't yell at him. Nah, encourage him. It's this modern woke day that we live in, and it's infiltrated these boys' development. Not one of them has any mongrel in them. No one has a critical bone in their bloody body. Maybe waitering. They just look so stifled in the way that they've been taught how to think about the game and how to be with each other. Nothing is organic. Men should be allowed to be men. And I will die on this hill. I don't give a shit what anyone says about, it's 2025 and you can't think like this and you can't say this. Bullshit. This is football. This isn't your corporate world where where you're on eggshells 24/7. This is football. Men play football. They should be allowed to tell each other that they're shit. They should be allowed to tell each other that wasn't fucking good enough. They should be allowed to be honest with each other. Stop stifling these boys' instinct of what's inside. This is what I see when I watch them. Someone makes a mistake, they want to high five each other.
I think,
mate.
I think it goes more towards their resilience.
See, but I think that all ties into resilience, because if you can stand there and cop a spray from your teammate saying that what you just did was shit and you're not crushed by it, there's your resilience. Being resilient is being able to take honest, harsh, brutal feedback and not take it personally. This new generation, and this goes back, sorry, mate, this goes back to the identity of the club, okay? So this has been brought up a couple of times. I will die on this hill too. I'm going to die on a lot of hills. When you told the fans this is the new Carlton, that there's no place for ego or boasting or the swagger, that's when it died. That is when it died. You can have your opinions on the swagger and the ego. You can have your opinions. You can say it was wrong. Oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. That is what the club is. That's what the club was founded on. That's what the old supporters were founded on. That's how we were molded. As soon as you tell us we cannot be like that anymore, that this is the new Carlton, that's when the erosion started. And I know I'm going very deep and very psychological.
I get you. I'm with you. I think in that case, you either accept what the club is and where it's going, or you don't. I think this. I think there's something in what you've just said there, which for sure ties into the identity bit that we've been talking about. The values that the club were founded on, and the values that the club are working off right now, miles apart. Do you think once footy clubs get to a certain amount of like members or a certain size, it's just too much. And you need to have like world-class people to be able to handle it, because let's be honest, this is just one big glorified like country community bush league. This isn't an elite, like not much of what you see is world-class here. And clearly there's too many mediocre people in an organization that's so big.
There's too many people, mediocre people, who aren't football people. And to answer your question about the size of the place, they're not football people, mate. They're not football people. Look, okay, so look at Collingwood, okay? They're bigger than us. They're more successful. So I'm sure they've got elite world-class corporate people in there, but at their core, they're still a football club. Look how they stuck behind Jordan De Goey when he went through his legal problems. I'm not saying he's guilty or not guilty, but look how they stuck by him. Would Carlton do the same if we had a De Goey? We wouldn't even give Ross Lyon the job because of that shit.
Yeah. So I mean, look.
Mate, I'm sick of this crap.
Yeah. Yeah. That one's interesting because it was Carlton respects back then, but it wasn't Carlton respects when Sayers got the opportunity to just save face and stand down. I get what you're saying. It's inconsistent.
No, and look, I have no problem with Carlton respects. The initiative in itself is nothing but positive. Okay. But there is a certain amount of priority that should take at a football club.
Yeah.
It's mate. And for me, it just ties into the way that these players think, and it comes out in how they act on the field. It from day one, from 2015 to now.
Yeah, look, that realization that the foundations were not set for premiership success, that hurts. That one sucks. That's going to be the hardest pill to swallow. If we get to a point with this group where, on the other side of Wiedering and Curnow and Mackay and Cripps and these guys, because we were all so sure that we had the nucleus of and the making of a premiership team.
But doesn't it start with the mental side, right? It starts with the mental side. So I'm going right back to the first thing they're told when they walk in the doors. Forget about the football ability. How they are told to think and behave. What has stuffed this group up, because I don't for a second believe that they're all bad footballers. Not for a second. What I see with them is the way that they think. The way that they handle pressure and error. It's all very fake. They are acting how they think they should be acting. They're not acting the way that they would naturally express themselves. They're not.
Yeah,
They're
instinct,
not.
They don't play with an instinct at all.
No. And when someone makes an error, that's what I look at the most, because I've been in clubs, okay, and I've been in corporate roles. You respond best when someone's being honest with you. And when someone's being honest with you, that in itself tells you that you're comfortable. You're comfortable being spoken to in such a way. Do you know what I'm saying? So if I see Cripper tearing shreds off Walsh, no problem. Because they expect it from each other. Walsh is comfortable being spoken to like that. The way it is now, it's like, don't hurt his feelings. High five him. High five him. It's okay. Positivity. Pound the rock. Our way. It's okay, boys. It's okay. Don't listen to external noise. And that erosion of the mindset started when they told us that what we used to be wasn't accepted anymore.
Yeah.
So now what? And you know what makes me sick about this bloody place, mate? We'll beat West Coast next week. We'll win. There's no doubt in my head. There's no doubt. Everyone can come at me, tag me, clip it. I don't give a bloody. I don't care. I don't care. We're beating West Coast, and then they're gonna tell us now the season's rolling. There, that's the one we wanted. Now we're alive.
Get down to Marvel Stadium, Blue Baggers, for the Good Friday game.
We're back. We beat West Coast, and I'm going to Adelaide.
What?
Yeah, it's all booked. I can't get out of it, Terry.
What is wrong with you, bro?
I'm shaving my head. I'm fucking shaving. I'm shaving it. I'm shaving it. I'm going to Adelaide. I'm trying to tell myself I'm going for the experience. I'm going for the vibes, for gather round. You know, and I've just got to go now. So, because it's all paid for. I can't get a refund.
No, fair enough. No, you should go. You know, it's always good to travel. You know what you're going for? Can't wait. Flying Ryan. Hey, do you remember 2021 played the Eagles? I reckon we played them at the SCG, and like they just flying. Ryan was just turning Liam Stocker inside out, and then Zach Williams inside out. And they had their waffle team in, I reckon, the Eagles. They had a lot of injuries, and they beat us.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yes.
Bro, that was 4 years ago, man.
4 years.
It was 4 years, like nearly 4 years ago. It was like round 10, somewhere between 10 and 11, I reckon. 2021. Liam Ryan's still playing.
Oh my god! It goes. Wow.
Yeah, we fucked it.
Yeah, we fucked.
We fucked it.
You reckon? We fucked it.
Yeah.
2015 and now.
Wow. I was in denial, I guess. We've absolutely cooked it, man. I look at it's so bizarre. Like you just look, and maybe it's just the ingraining of the mediocrity. Like look at these numbers, man. Like Walsh, 31 touches, 10 tackles. Doc putting in a shift, 27 touches. Like George putting in a shift. It's like
it's all junk.
It's just
chunky junk.
There's no substance to it. Anyway, whatever, man.
Apparently, Blake Acres was top scoring super coach in the first half, and I'm just like, all right, like, I don't like. Is he okay?
Are the Pies even that good? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No, they're not. I've been saying it to the Pie supporter next to me. We're actually being pretty respectful because by that point the anger had passed and I was just laughing my ass off. But they're not. Like, okay, the second half when they kicked those 4 unanswered, I'm sitting there scratching my head. I'm thinking they haven't done anything.
Yeah,
they haven't done anything to really earn those goals. Like, what did they actually do? And then I nearly walked out when I saw Charlie at fullback. That's the pocket I was sitting in. I was stood up because my mate's like, hey, that's Charlie. I stood up and I'm just like, just staring. Like, what? It can't be. It can't be. It can't be. And it was.
It was.
Charlie Kerner at halfback, and then he took a mark on the wing, and then he launched the ball from the wing to inside 50.
You know what's the last straw? Well, I mean, the last straw's already happened. Like one more last straw.
Oh, what? Here we go. What?
Wiedering full forward. Go on. Do it.
I think I saw him on the fucking wing in the fourth quarter.
Oh,
he took a mark like center-ish wing.
Do you remember back in the day? I mean, it was part of his development, blah, blah, blah. But like, ugh.
Oh, what? When we nearly destroyed him?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Yeah. They're not bad players. I refuse to believe it. They're not.
No, they're not. But there's an energy that's being taken out of them now. It's gone. Or their mentality.
A mental erosion. It's a mental erosion.
Yeah.
It's so sad to see. Anyway.
I'm going to move on.
Adios. Love you, mate.
Just love you too, bro. Well, man, it's late. All right. Beachy. Hey, mate.
Hey, Terry. How you going, pal?
I'm getting tired. Come out the other end of the brunt of it, I think.
Well, big ups to you, mate, because after a dismal, shocking, disgraceful performance tonight against them, of all teams, them, as Jad said, they weren't all that good. They kicked more behinds than goals, yet we still lost by 17 points. And you're right, probably the scoreboard flooded us. But the fact is this: Dacos, Nick didn't do anything. Elliot didn't do anything. Hill didn't do anything. All those players that have killed us in games gone by did sweet FA, and we still got done. And I reckon at this point we've almost squandered our best opportunity with this list for a premiership. I hate to say it, but I think we have. And it sickens me because it's now like another continuous cycle that we have to go through again.
Are you going to Adelaide?
Yep, I am. I'm sick in the head. I am going to Adelaide on Friday night, and I am going to sit there and we'll just play West Coast.
I give myself the ick at the moment. Yeah. Anyway.
And after what I watched tonight, the win against West Coast is not guaranteed. I know that. And you reminded me of the 2021 loss to the SCG. They hadn't won there since the 90s before that win. Like, what the hell was going on then compared to now?
Yeah. Well, mate, get a good sleep, hey?
Yeah, I will. Thank you. Appreciate it.
See you, mate. Teresa, I think I'm going to get fired from work now. All of the Carlton doctors are going to call in sick for a week. Dave, 100% agreed. It's a complete social problem. It's a cancer. Alex with the super sticker. Vic-wide renovations. There are a few players that have gone backwards dramatically. I'd rather see mistakes from first-year player than a veteran. Time to move on. All right. Damo. Oh, he's out. Ben. Hey, mate.
Hey, mate. How are you?
Tired, mate. What have you got for me?
I don't know how you feel, but I don't know. I just feel so nothing. Like, I don't know. Like, it's so weird, but like, I remember so like in my brain 2023 when we played the Pies for the second time. I remember I sent a text to my dad at 7 o'clock when I was at the ground and said, I can't wait to beat these fucking dogs. And it was 7:20, and the whole day I just felt nothing. Wasn't excited. I just feel so nothing at the club at the moment. It's so fucking bad. And then I went there, as you said, like yourself, but just sick, looking for a little bit of hope to say that I was there. But fuck me, I could almost tell it just after quarter time, when the first 15 minutes of the second quarter we didn't have an inside 50, or we had one.
I think they kicked one goal in the second and third quarters combined.
Oh, maybe combined, but yeah, they kicked 0 goals 5 in the second,
Yeah.
and we kicked the 1 goal straight in transition when we didn't look like touching the ball for the whole second quarter. But yeah, like the second quarter they dominated us, but we beat them. First quarter it was even. We beat them by a couple of points. They smashed us in the third.
Wow, that
And
third
then-
quarter. I actually want to watch that third quarter again.
Yeah. And then, yeah, in the fourth, we kicked a couple of junk time goals, so we won 3 out of 4 quarters. Whoop-de fucking do.
Yeah.
And we scored 40 points. Fuck me.
Mm.
But yeah, like watching it tonight, like I was trying to jot down notes for myself what I saw, like of kicks and this, that. And yeah, after quarter time I gave up because it was fucking too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I see a lot of scared players too. Like a lot of players are scared to take their moment. I saw. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's fucking tough.
What's on for tomorrow, mate?
Just working tomorrow. But I don't know. I'm going to try
What time
and...
What time do you have to be up?
I've got to be up 6 o'clock. I'm a sick fuck. Oh, fuck. And these boys have nothing, no work tomorrow, and they're already in bed. Yeah. Nah, all good. I'll let you get on to the next one, but thanks a lot,
All right,
Taz.
man. Much love,
Have a
brother.
good one.
Keep up the good
Love you
fight.
too.
Damo, hey mate.
G'day, Tez. How are you?
I'm good, mate. It's
Good as can be.
As good as can be. It's getting to that. You know, when we have like a Friday game or a night game, and then it just gets a little delirious. You drift in and out of consciousness. It's a bit like that.
Yeah. The only positive is got a tip right, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but
dude,
yeah,
I tipped Collingwood and then pre-game tipped Carlton. Like I changed it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just. I mean, it's as we know, it's the same thing week after week, Groundhog Day, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I was at the game tonight. Voice is a little bit rusty, but not as bad as what it has been in previous weeks. I think I'm kind of at that stage now where it's, I liken it to, when I was younger, going to Optus Oval as it was, during the pagan era, the back end of Wayne Britton. Makes me sound a little bit old, which I kind of am, but you kind of turn up week after week, know that we're going to get smashed. But now it's kind of like that disappointment, expectation, knowing the list that we've got. Like on paper, like, it's enough has been said about it. Like we should have a spine of a team that, should be the envy of the rest of the competition. Like Weeders, all the way through Cripps, Charles, Harry, and kind of the missing piece has always been like the centre half back. It's like, oh, we get that, stopgap with Haynes potentially and see how we go from there. And it's just like fallen away massively. And it's, it's a culmination of different things, as we know. It's not just the players, like from what we saw tonight, apologies for my voice, but
I'm good.
Gov, jeez, I reckon that's probably one of the worst games I've seen him play. Like he needs to have a little bit of a stint in the seconds. Doc, like we all love him, but just needs a little bit of confidence, I think, potentially. Give him a run in the stint in the seconds, which would be unheard of, but we kind of need to do it. And yeah, just I've lost faith in the coaching staff. Like it's always hard because you can't put the entire blame on the senior coach, but senior footy, it happens. But it perplexes me going to this year. I was expecting, some change to be made on the assistant side of things. And, it was annoying because with the injuries that we had, it was like a bit of a shield for the assistant coaches and the wider coaching staff to hide behind. And it's just like, I had a look at it on the way home from the game. And just looking at the changes, the only change that we'd made, have a look on the Carlton website, pull up the coaching staff page. The only change is our high performance. Every other line coach has stayed the same. And, it's the old saying of, you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Like, it's just insanity. And it's like deficiencies we saw in the back part of 2024. It's like persisting week after week. And I don't know if you saw it, Tez, but have a look or listen to it. But Adam Simpson was on SEN, and I had a look at some of the tweets on the way home. Some of the stuff of what he was saying in terms of, structure, setup, and like just making changes, like in game. Like, we're already down by 25 points. Like, make a change. If it doesn't pay off, you're down by 50. Who cares? At least you kind of learn something about the team itself. I don't know. It was, and it's like for a previous coach outside looking in to see that, I'm like, that says a lot. That says a lot.
Yeah.
He's a really good analyst of the game, I think, Simo. But just reading that, I was like, something's up. And again, it's, I don't know the inner machinations with the coaching and how it works, but
look, there's also no doubt that there is. Wait, I'm echoing. Is that me or you? Have you got me up on another tab?
No, is it repeating?
Yeah, that's okay. What was I going to say? What was I saying?
The coaching? No.
There are clearly things going on with the playing group. Players are struggling, and they've stepped away from the club for certain different reasons or whatever. Like, there's clearly dysfunction going on, and I think most football clubs have things happening on the inside, and they just do the best job that they can to protect the truth from coming out. And so all these things you're saying, I think, are correct. And Simo can do the analysis as well. But yeah, I think that's the other element that will clearly get forgotten about because all we think about is the football and the results. It just looks like a group that's just barely holding on. Like, they just, I saw it in Cripps' eyes last week. I didn't really see much footage of him tonight on the big screen. Maybe I'll watch the replay, but Harry can't get up for games. Harry's struggling. Elijah's got his own things going on. Like, that would take its toll. That in addition to whatever else is going on. Like, these are just young athletes. They're not very street smart, world smart. So I think that's part of the thing, that it's hard because the club can't talk about these things. But reality is, you've got a responsibility, you've got a job, you've got to get it done.
Yeah. And I know you've touched on it, and Pommy has as well, but like, the one constant issue I think we've had throughout, dating back to Bolton, Teague, and apologies for keeping you up as well, Terry.
No, that's okay. Sorry, that wasn't to you.
No, not at all. But I think we need to give you a rest as well. So I'll keep it as brief as can be. But like, just in terms of like dating back, I think it's very, very much systemic. Like, Brad Lloyd is the constant that's been there throughout all of these, I guess, tenures. And I think the way that I always say the lack of structure that we've had in the footy department. Bolton, we had Neil Craig there as sort of the senior assistant. And when he stepped away, he wasn't replaced, and Bolton was left at sea. And I think I was thinking about it tonight, like what Bolton was trying to implement. Enough has been said about him and his lack of, being personable as a coach. Like, his communication style wasn't the best. And I was working at the club back then when Bolts was there in 2018. And I got a sense of that as well. But I think from the tactical side of things with Bolts, he was quite a good tactician. Like, he was trying to implement defense first and then building up from there. And obviously didn't get a chance to see that through. But I think it was that lack of structure and support around Bolts that was a contributing factor. Not only then, but as to where we are now, because it was like that failed, persisted with Teague, inexperienced coach, didn't change the structure. The assistant coaching stayed exactly the same. Like, each line, maybe bar, I think Stanton may have come in 2019. And then obviously Teague got given the arse. And it was like, off the back of those moves, it was like, oh, well, inexperience was the issue. So we have to go for an experienced coach. And the only two experienced coaches we know were Ross Lyon and Michael Voss. And I think we've kind of painted ourselves into this corner where we're forced to go for, experience, when really, I mean, look at it now, and I think Adam Kingsley looks like a really nice tactician, similar to Bolts, but, does Kingsley potentially have better support around him as well? I think that's part of the issue, but just sort of to that point, I think Brad Lloyd has been a really big issue across all these years, and the appointment of Voss, maybe not doing the due diligence and the support that he needed. Ash Hansen coming in from the Western Bulldogs, and he didn't have senior experience. And I think you think back to Choco Williams, at Richmond, Paul Roos at Melbourne, even at Melbourne now, like Alan Richardson's come in. They're all coaches that have had some sort of, taste of senior football, not necessarily successful, but I think it's that perspective that they can offer the coach that is currently senior coach that is quite invaluable. So I don't know. I just think it's like Brad Lloyd, he needs to go. I'm sorry. Like, he's been there long enough, 8 years now, maybe 7 years. So yeah, it's a big issue, but he's kind of, I think, the head of it. And I don't know about you, Tez, but I was at the game last week and seeing Graham Wright walking the boundary gave me a massive smile, because knowing what he was like at the Pies, he's the sort of guy that takes action when needed, and has great pride in his role. And I think that, and expectations as well, obviously, but with him there, I'm confident that there's a positive path forward, whether it be change, whether it be, keeping Voss at the helm and changing the support structure around him, getting rid of Brad Lloyd, who knows? But I think there is a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, beyond all of this, as shit as it is at the moment.
I think at some point in time, we will have to accept, if we haven't already, if they end up going through with all these changes, we'll get there. It's crazy. There's still, what is it? What do we got? We played 4 games. We play 15 more. Is that right? We played 23 games, or we played 24?
Yep. Yeah, 23, yeah, plus the bye.
23. 15 more. We got 4 more months of this. Oh, we were so excited for the year.
Weren't we? It seems eons ago now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We've been transported back in time to a different part. It was almost like it's a flashpoint where we've kind of veered off, a different path, completely separate to where we were. I can't believe we made a prelim only a couple of seasons ago. It's just craziness.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tez, I'll let you go, mate.
All
I know
right,
you've
mate.
got a few
Thank you,
to
mate.
cycle through.
Thanks for calling through.
All the best. I'll catch you next time.
See you, mate. Okay. We're going to power through. There's 5 of you left. Like, power through. Lewis.
Terry, there's one meme to describe Carlton.
Yeah.
Sometimes very good, sometimes very shit. That is the first half. Good.
That's true.
Second half, shit.
Yep.
My goodness. I feel like when I look at this playing group, psychologically, there's something wrong with them. They can't sustain 4 quarters of footy. They can't execute.
Yeah.
We turn the ball over. We don't know how to turn sometimes defense to attack in the second half. Like, it's difficult to express how we are going through right now. It's like this club is hyping you up, expecting for us to win, and then just drop the ball.
Yeah.
It's
Anything
like
else? Yeah. I just want to wrap it up, to be honest with you. I'm done.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry. I'm just.
I know, Tez.
I'm like reaching my limit. I'm sorry.
I know, man. I know. I know. I'm sorry.
No, I can't hear it. There's only so many times I can hear it. I'm getting to that point where I'm like,
yeah, I know.
Fuck, man.
I
Do you have
tried to.
anything
I
else
tried
that you
to.
want to add that hasn't been added yet?
Oh, I mean, look, what I can say is Graham White is looking at Carlton right now, and he's like saying, you know what, he needs to fix this shit. Like, he's the only winner on the board. I believe that he can fix it up, but it comes with, you know, off the field changes and on field changes.
Yeah.
You know, seeing Voss and Ash Hansen in the third quarter, and I just went, oh, really? What are they talking about? Are they talking about we have no idea what we're going to do? Like, fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
It was over. I'm not confident against the West Coast. I feel like we're gonna go on Adelaide, and West Coast is going to cause an upset. And even if we do beat Eagles, I'm still not going to be confident against North Melbourne because North Melbourne play good at Marvel, and they've been playing better football than us.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's
it's still not
continue
good
this.
enough, man.
Let's continue this.
Just
on the
go on,
team
go
show.
on.
On the team show.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Go
boy.
on, mate. Go on, mate.
Thanks,
See you
mate.
next week. So
I'll see you next week. Oh, I got to Toby, Jez. I'm gonna get through you guys really quickly. I just want to end this. Like, I'm done. Toby, how are you? Good to see you.
Jez, I'm absolutely so upset, man, with the way we're playing. It is just not good enough. I mean, as supporters, we have to put up with this. Fuck. I'm sorry to swear, and I don't mean to, but the way I felt tonight for a bloke who's got an intellectual disability who loves this fucking club, and I would bleed, and I bleed, and I bleed. I feel like I can't watch us anymore. I really feel like that because it's upsetting. It's upsetting to us. It's upsetting to the members. It's upsetting to every single fan who loves this club. Like you, Tez, as well, man. You love this club. This channel wouldn't be here without you. And you know this. I've said that to you before. And I'm sad for you, Matt, that you have to go through this again. Because it's making us all sad, Matt.
Mate, we'll be right.
And I have to go to, you know, my footy club, and I had a couple of mates who backed Collingwood asked me last night at training on Wednesday. They came up to me and they said, Toby, how do you reckon Carlton will go this week? You know what I said to them? I reckon you'll flog us. But we lost by 17 points. Yeah, it hurts to Collingwood. I hate them.
Mate,
I'm going to go, Tez.
You know what we're going to do?
Because I'm going to leave you, Matt. Because you're
This
getting tired.
This is what we're going to do, Toby. We're going to do this. We're going to get a big sleep and we're going to move on. That's what we're going to do.
Exactly, Matt.
All right.
But I'll be here.
Take care.
And it's good to be back, Matt.
Good to see you, mate.
See you, Matt.
Jez, let's wrap it up, my friend. You got anything else to add?
Well, I've got 2 tickets for Adelaide, which we're not going to because I'm burnt out. So we're not talking tonight, but anyone can have them if they want them for free, whatever. Because I'm just over going up last 4 weeks, me and Kathy and family and stuff, and it's just burned me out watching him play.
Yeah.
And I know you're tired, so I'm just mentioning it. We've got the 2 tickets if anyone wants to go to Adelaide. I just couldn't do it.
I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you.
Maybe
have a sleep on it. Maybe have a sleep on it. Don't make that decision now. You're done?
No, I'm not done, but I'm not going to Adelaide. That's definitely on that one.
All right. We will
All
chat.
right.
Maybe we can chat over the next few days and see if we can give them away.
Yeah, no worries. All right. Have a good sleep too, Terry.
See you, mate. Oh, man. What a shit team. Shows more aggressive than the players. Players need to watch the fan cams to see real effort. Oh, man, I've got a headache. Like, it's just like, with the same information. And it's not anything against anyone who wants to say what they have to say, but it's like, years of the same fucking thing. It's bizarre, man. But yeah, it's time to go to bed. Enough's enough. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to those who called in, expressed themselves. There'll be more to come, whether it's the team show next week or whatever we do. Just adding more fan cammy sessions to the channel, which is nice. It's cool to hear from people. I'm actually enjoying hearing from people, not always after games, because games are tough at the moment. But a very disappointing night. Yet another installment of the fan cams after a bad loss to Collingwood. There's like 4 of them now. Round 2, 2021. Round 23, 2022. Oh my God. Both 2024 losses. And then this one, it's going to be right up there. Whatever. Yeah. Don't have much else to say. Get to sleep. See you tomorrow for the review. Look after yourselves. And one more thing. 49% of you who watch the fan cams are not subscribed. Hit the button on the way out if you are not subscribed on YouTube. Anyway, that's enough. Go Blues. See you tomorrow.